When all this is over, unless he receives a presidential pardon from Donald Trump, Stephen Miller will be held to account. He will be forced to answer questions about his role, his outsized illegal role. As much as I hate to be the bearer of bad news, this is alarming. Stephen Miller might be the actual president of the United States. And I know that sounds it doesn't really sound fantastical in a Donald Trump administration where he's off promoting his tennis shoes and his cell phones and his perfumes and all of the other nonsense, grifting off the presidency. He's got a true believer in Stephen Miller who runs the entire operation, who tells the attorney general what to do, how to do her job, who tells the Secretary of Homeland Security what to do, how to do her job. Let me give you 3 examples from different headlines of what I'm talking about, and then we will address his murder, his extrajudicial killing of people on a boat in the waters off Venezuela's coast. No evidence, no due process, just Stephen Miller's direction. First, let's go to the Daily Beast. Here's the headline. Stephen Miller is running the show for top cabinet official. The top Donald Trump aide has the real power at a key department and has since day one. 2 paragraphs. Stephen Miller, a top aide for President Donald Trump with no law degree, has secretly seized control of the Justice Department, according to a report in the New York Times. While the DOJ has historically operated with a degree of independence from the White House, Attorney General Pam Bondi has been receiving her marching orders from Miller since her first day on the job. Current and former Trump aides told the Times. A headline for the New York Times. As White House steers Justice Department, Bondi embraces role of TV messenger because that is but what she's been reduced to. And then from the article, Miss Bondi also urged people, let me go back. This is about Stephen Miller telling Pam Bondi, no, what you want is not what I want. You're not going to get your way. I get my way. And this is specifically related to the pardons for violent offenders who were convicted related to the January 6th insurrection against the country. Miss Bondi also urged people around the president to limit clemency for January 6 rioters to those not accused of acting violently. She was blindsided when Mr. Trump extended pardons to even violent offenders on day one. It was clear from the start that Mr. Stephen Miller, who is not a lawyer, would exercise control inside the department, current and former Trump aides said. Quote, I can't recall an attorney general who seemed willing to be subordinate to White House staffers, said Edward Whelan, a conservative former Justice Department official. And then let's go to Reuters, this little ditty, this little headline about Stephen Miller controlling the Department of Homeland Security. So that makes 2 separate and independent cabinet departments that he's running, as well as being the deputy chief of staff for Donald Trump. Again, from Reuters, the White House aide driving Trump's aggressive immigration agenda. For senior White House aide Stephen Miller, the architect of President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown, things were going according to plan. He'd set an aggressive quota of 3,000 arrests per day in late May, and the efforts to meet the goals pushed U.S. immigration officers into more communities and businesses, triggering protests and political tensions with Democrats. He's POTUS. Stephen Miller is the acting president of the United States, while our addled, dementia-riddled moron of a president sets his attention to the ballroom, sets his attentions to the gold leaf in the Oval Office, sets his attention to sharing conspiracy AI videos of himself and his daughter-in-law that he then has to delete because it's obvious that he thought it was real, and now he's trying to cover that up. Here's the latest headline about Stephen Miller very likely being acting president from The Guardian. Stephen Miller takes leading role in strikes on alleged Venezuelan drug boats. Exclusive. Miller's Homeland Security Council has played a key part in coordinating operations, sources say. Stephen Miller, the White House Deputy Chief of Staff, has played a leading role in directing U.S. strikes against suspected, accused, no due process. They've not proved it. They've not showed any evidence to anyone. Suspected drug boats, according to 3 people familiar with the situation. At times, his role has superseded that of Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State. So now we've got, he runs the Homeland Security Department. He runs the DOJ. He runs the State Department, and he runs the White House. What would that make him? That would make him the President of the United States of America. At times, his role has superseded that of Marco Rubio, the Secretary of State and National Security Advisor. Remember, Marco Rubio has 4 jobs. He's on paper has 4 jobs. He actually reports to Stephen Miller. The strikes on the Venezuelan boats allegedly carrying narcotics, which the administration has claimed were necessary because interdiction did not work, have been orchestrated through the Homeland Security Council, the HSC, which Miller leads as the Homeland Security Advisor. Miller empowered the HSC this year to become its own entity in Donald Trump's second term, a notable departure from previous administrations where it was considered part of the National Security Council and ultimately reported to the National Security Advisor, who is now, again, Marco Rubio, who now reports to Stephen Miller. It's a snake eaten its disgusting Trump tail. A White House spokesperson said in a statement, the strikes were directed by Trump, saying he oversaw all elements of foreign policy. The entire administration is working together to execute the president's directive with clear success, the statement said. The prepared statement said. But the previously underreported role of Miller and his massive influence with the president also explains how striking Venezuelan boats became a major priority and why Trump has been happy to deploy extraordinary military force to the region. Final paragraph that I'm reading, Miller's role also opens a window into the dubious legal justification that has been advanced for the strikes, which has been a matter of deep controversy amid allegations it amounted to extrajudicial murder in international waters. And of course, Miller's role does open a dubious window, seeing as though he's a non-lawyer, just noted white supremacist with hate that fuels his heart, that's making the decisions for the White House, for the Department of Homeland Security, for the Department of Justice, for the Secretary of State. That's a problem. We didn't elect him. But let me say this. When all of this is over, unless he receives a presidential pardon from Donald Trump, if Donald Trump doesn't die on the job in the next year, Stephen Miller will be held to account. He will be forced to answer questions about his role, his outsized illegal role in some cases. He is not Senate confirmed. He was not appointed to any position with any oversight whatsoever. This is a problem. They know it's a problem. That's why they try to keep it a secret. Anyway, I welcome your input here. We can have a conversation in the comments below the video, wherever you're watching it. Before you do comment or call the voicemail line, though, please subscribe to this channel on YouTube. We're marching toward 1.5 million subscribers. Hopefully get there by the end of the year. And you can also follow and like the Facebook page, Dollemore Daily. I would appreciate it very much. If you want to sound off, you can comment below. You can also call the voicemail line 714-576-4054. And of course, as always, you can email me daily@dollemore.com. Not good news, but news we need to face nonetheless. I appreciate you very much. I will see you next time. Be genuine and take care of one another. Unless you're some kind of a double agent, you only have one identity. Scams, they're rampant online. It sometimes feels like every web page asking for your details is a potential threat. Identity theft is something I take very seriously, as there have been multiple Dollemore impersonators trying to take money and personal information from my audience, you in the audience. These bad actors are just waiting for you to have your guard down. We all need identity protection. Nord, a trusted name for online security, has an identity theft protection service that cannot be beat. Nord Protect. Built with advanced automated safety features that work around the clock, NordProtect provides multifaceted protection for your personal information and online identity. If you don't have identity protection, there is no better time than right now. It's so easy. Just go to nordprotect.com/Dollemore, pick the plan that makes sense for you, and then use code Dollemore at checkout for an additional 5% off. NordProtect offers a wide range of coverage. Their 24/7 scans of the dark web will notify you if any of your information appears on suspect sites. And NordProtect will tell you what to do about the notifications. It's not just a notification. NordProtect will send you real-time credit alerts and security tips. And if you experience a theft, NordProtect offers up to $1 million in coverage for eligible recovery costs, like lost wages for just one, for instance, and up to $50,000 in extortion protection. Who knew we'd be in a situation where we need extortion protection? Also, NordProtect's 30-day money-back guarantee means that you can try it out risk-free. And their customer support team is available at all hours to assist you. Protecting your identity couldn't be more easy or more intuitive. Get NordProtect. Simply click the link below or go to nordprotect.com/Dollemore. Use code Dollemore at checkout for an additional 5% off. You only have one identity. Safeguard it with NordProtect.